Another day, another media lie. Well, let's just be honest. There's never just one media lie because they lie constantly. They lie constantly all day, every day. They don't know how to do anything else but lie. This is what they do. I don't think these people would know the truth if it smacked them right upside the forehead. But here's the thing. There is one specific lie that I would like to debunk right here, right now. And that is the lie about the crowd size for the walkaway Unsilent Majority March on Washington that I, along with a whole boat ton of other people, participated in this weekend because, guys, this was awesome. So many people showed up to this rally, and now the media, of course, in typical media fashion, is trying to lie about those evil Trump supporters that showed up to this rally without a mask, saying there's not very many at all, and they're absolutely full of it. And I'm going to prove that they were full of it. Listen, I have been a public speaker for a long time. I have spoken in front of crowds of a couple hundred people. I have spoken in front of crowds of a couple thousand people. It is very obvious to tell the difference when you are speaking to a small group of a couple hundred people and a bigger group of a couple thousand people. You can see it with your eyes. It is not hard. I'll tell you, when we drove up, unfortunately, we didn't get to go to the actual march part of it just because, security. But when we drove up to the rally and saw the crowd, my breath was taken away with how many people turned out on Saturday to be a part of the walkaway Unsilent Majority March. And so we're going to talk about that. I'm going to show you what the media is saying, and I'm going to show you proof that they are lying liars that don't know how to do anything but lie. But before we get into that, folks, just a quick order of business. Listen, I've got a goal. I've got a goal that in a little less than a month from now, I want this channel to be at 100,000 subscribers. I am less than 4,000 subscribers away, but I need your help to get there because YouTube is epically screwing with my channel. I don't know, maybe it's I don't think they're just screwing with mine. I think they screw with a lot of channels, but I'll tell you what, about a month and a half ago, it was like a wall came down on all my analytics, and I could clearly see that they were screwing with my channel on several different levels. They unsubscribed people from my channel. They suppressed content on my channel. They're doing all sorts of shenanigans to try to prevent you from watching my content. Now, you should be the decider of whether or not you want to watch and enjoy my content, or maybe you don't enjoy it. Maybe you're a hate watcher. I don't really give a flip, but you should be the decider of what you can and cannot watch. So if you enjoy what I put out, or really if you maybe hate me too, I don't even care. If you love me or hate me, both are equally good in terms of my perspective. But I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. This is the weirdest promo ever, right? I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel, turning on notifications, leaving a comment below. Yes, especially you haters. I definitely want the haters to leave a comment. Share it out, all that good stuff, so I can hit my 100,000 goal, whether YouTube likes it or not. Okay, let's read this article. This is from the Washingtonian. Hundreds of MAGA protesters are flooding downtown DC, and most of them are maskless. Well, there's already two falsehoods in this one headline. First off, there was not hundreds of protesters. There were thousands of protesters. I'm going to prove that in a sec. But I also want to just take issue with that they were MAGA protesters. Dude, walkaway is not purely supporting Trump. Brandon says this all the time. Walkaway is a journey. It is not a destination. I joined Walkaway over a year ago when I said I would never vote for Donald Trump, but the left had gotten too crazy for me. You can be in Walkaway and not be planning on voting for Trump. It is totally fine. The only thing that is required to be a part of Walkaway is that you are leaving the left. That is it. That's it. So, yes, were there a lot of Trump supporters? Absolutely, there were a lot of Trump supporters, but was everyone in the crowd a Trump supporter? I mean, I didn't speak to everyone in the crowd, but I would bet not. I would bet there are people that are there that are just uncomfortable with the riots and uncomfortable with how the Democrats are behaving and uncomfortable with the media lying to them every single day. So I'm sure another media lie about them is really going to get them back on your team. Let's keep going. Even with Trump hospitalized, social distancing is spotty at the Unsilent Majority March. Yeah, I mean, listen, man, I'll say this. I didn't wear a mask all flipping day at the march, and I have no regrets for that. The march was outside. People could choose to socially distance. There was plenty of space if they wanted to. They could choose to wear a mask if they wanted to. Some people did, so a lot of people didn't. They could choose to make their own decisions. If you wanted to socially distance and wear a mask at this rally, no one would have said a damn thing. It would have absolutely been possible. If you didn't feel like you needed to do that, then there was your choice not to. But it was outside, people could do whatever they wanted. Downtown DC is full of protesters today, but they're not the crowd we've seen over the past few months. Oh, this must have really freaked them out. Nope, these protesters are waving American flags. Isn't it incredible that this person can be talking about protesters in Washington, D.C. waving American flags, and that's considered like something that is so contradictory to everything that they're used to? I digress. No, these protesters were wearing American flags decked in MAGA masks or MAGA gear, and mostly maskless. The Unsilent Majority March on Washington was organized by conservative... Walkaway is not a conservative group. Walkaway is not a conservative group. Do your job. You are a journalist. You have one job. I think your name is Jane. Jane, you have one job, and that is to tell the truth. You are not doing your job. Walkaway is not a conservative group. Walkaway is a 501(c) and does not support any candidate or endorse any candidate. And the people in Walkaway can do whatever the flip they want. I am not a conservative. I even talked about this in my speech. I flat out said in my Walkaway speech, which is posted on this channel, that I am not a conservative. So this is not a conservative group. I do Walkaway rallies every flipping weekend. Ugh. Like I told you guys, Tuesday is like ranty day. I don't know what's going on today. It's like something in the water on Tuesdays are ranty day. Conservative group Walkaway is part of a larger weekend of activities that make up the ultimate American weekend. Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw, conservative speaker Katie Hopkins, who is fabulous. By the way, Katie Hopkins is like my new personal hero, and singer Joy Vila are all scheduled to speak. Originally, the event had an expected attendance of close to 8,000, but less than 1,000 showed up today. Liar! Jane, you are a liar. You are a lying liar, Jane. Oh my god, and I'm gonna prove it. Here. This is the tail end of my video from my speech at the Walkaway rally, and I selected this screenshot specifically because I'm like walking away and the camera's right behind me and they're getting... Does that look like a couple hundred people? No. The answer is no. That does not look like a couple hundred people, and that was not even a full shot of the entire crowd there. I'll even prove another video. This was Brandon on Fox News. I'm not going to play the sound, whatever, but I just want you to look at the image. The image. Does that look like a couple hundred people? Use your eyes, dude. Look at pictures. They aren't even looking at the whole crowd on this one. That is not a couple hundred people. In fact, what Brandon estimated is I think that there were like 3,000 to 4,000 people that had showed up at the Walkaway March, but it was not a couple hundred people. Here's more from the Blaze. Here's other things from the Blaze. This is from the march earlier. Let's see if we can get some good pictures from the Blaze of the march. Okay, so this is the Walkaway March earlier. Just want to make sure my volume is... Oh, hopefully my computer cooperates and plays the dang video. There we go. Look at this. Rolling crowd, big crowd rolling into the Walkaway event hosted by Brandon Strauch. You can see people as far as the eye can see. This is not a couple hundred people. It's not. Here's some more. Here's another view. Look at this. That's crazy town. Guys, I was getting ready in my hotel room when the march started because we didn't have to leave for like an hour after the march started. I could hear them in my hotel room. This was not a couple hundred people, and everything that you can use your eyes and ears to assess will tell you that this is not a couple hundred people. I mean, it just goes on and on. So these people are absolutely liars. They don't know how to do anything else. The Walkaway March was awesome. It was awesome. And everyone was safe. What's been covered more than anything else, and actually I think the Blaze talked about this, is that there were BLM people at the Walkaway rally. But I want to say this about that. So you're going to see this footage going around of police officers arresting a Black Lives Matter person. I actually saw that from afar. It happened right after I got there, before the rally even started. And I kind of jumped up on the stage and tried to see what was happening. It was over so quickly. There was a metric F ton of security. There was police there. We also had plainclothes security. We had security all in the crowds that were monitoring. They knew where Antifa was. Antifa was there. They knew where Antifa was at any given point. They knew exactly what they were doing because we had people stationed in the crowd to be specifically monitoring the situation. When the Black Lives Matter person was arrested, it was over like that. It was over in like 2 minutes, and it didn't disrupt the rally, and the rest of it went on, and it was incredibly peaceful. There was one additional part where like a white Black Lives Matter protester was yelling Black Lives Matter at a black rally attendee, and he started yelling back at him, which was like, I mean, next level irony. But, you know, it's a shame to me that the coverage of this has focused so much on that one little incident that happened before the rally even started. And there's been no coverage of the fact that there was a ginormous rally of people in Washington, D.C., thousands of people that have left the left, that support Donald Trump, and of course no media outlet is covering it except for the typical ones, and not even conservative ones. Brandon makes this point on his Twitter page. Every time something is covered, even on Fox News, they call it a MAGA rally or they call it a conservative rally. No, that's not what walkaway is. Even people that are friendly to what we're trying to do, they do not cover it correctly. They don't even read the press releases that Brandon and his team send to them. So I just wanted to make a quick video setting the record straight and showing you actual evidence that these people are lying liars. That's all I've got for right now. I'll see you soon.